Have you ever found yourself cleaning your house for hours, scrubbing every nook and cranny, but still sensing that strange lingering smell? It's as if invisible dirt is mocking all your effort, leaving a trail of frustration in the air. Your house looks impeccable to the eye, but your nose insists on saying otherwise, leading to an uncomfortable feeling and even embarrassment when unexpected visitors arrive. Get ready to uncover the mysteries behind those stubborn odors that persist even after a deep clean. In this video, we'll dive into 7 hidden sources of bad smells that most people ignore, revealing the true culprits that turn your home into an olfactory enigma. Stay until the end and discover how to eliminate these invisible intruders for good, transforming your house into a sanctuary of freshness and well-being. Chapter 1: Sink and Shower Drains. Sink and shower drains are true deposits of organic matter, often neglected in our cleaning routine. The hair that goes down, the soap residue that accumulates, or even food debris that washes down the kitchen sink become a feast for bacteria, creating a perfect environment for the proliferation of unpleasant odors. This slow and continuous decomposition generates sulfurous gases, responsible for that persistent sewer smell, even in a bathroom that seems impeccable. The central issue lies in the P-trap, that U-shaped curve in the plumbing just below the drain. Its function is to retain a small amount of water to prevent sewer gases from returning into the house. However, over time, this stagnant water, combined with organic residues, transforms into a foul-smelling breeding ground. The bacteria present there feed on these residues, releasing gases that easily escape the P-trap, flooding the environment with an unbearable odor camouflaged by superficial cleaning. To combat this problem, it's essential to go beyond the surface. A simple flush of water won't be enough to eliminate the accumulations trapped in the P-trap. A more direct and regular intervention is needed. Ignoring this cleaning can lead to a vicious cycle of odors, where the smell seems to disappear momentarily but returns with full force, frustrating any attempt to keep the environment truly fresh and pleasant, no matter how hard you try. An effective solution is to pour a mixture of baking soda and vinegar down the drains. Baking soda acts as a natural deodorizer and a mild abrasive, while white vinegar with its acidity helps dissolve grease and disinfect. The effervescent reaction between the two helps loosen trapped residues. Let the mixture sit for a few minutes, ideally an hour, before pouring hot water to rinse and wash the debris away. For preventive maintenance, try pouring boiling water down the drains once a week. The high temperature helps melt grease and kill bacteria that are starting to accumulate. Another tip is to use specific enzymatic drain products, which contain enzymes that eat organic matter, preventing accumulation and, consequently, bad odors. This simple routine can make a huge difference in the air quality of your home. Chapter 2: Dishwasher. The dishwasher, our ally in the kitchen, can become a surprising source of bad smells if not properly maintained. We believe it cleans itself, but the reality is quite different. Food scraps, grease, and detergent accumulate in its internal parts, creating a favorable environment for the growth of bacteria and mold. This often invisible accumulation is responsible for that sour odor emanating from the appliance, contaminating not only clean dishes, but also the air in your kitchen. One of the main culprits is the dishwasher filter. Generally located at the bottom, it's designed to capture larger food particles and prevent them from clogging the water jets. However, if not cleaned regularly, this filter turns into a repository of decomposing organic matter. The food scraps trapped there begin to rot, releasing foul gases that spread throughout the machine's interior and, consequently, throughout your kitchen, even after a wash cycle. In addition to the filter, the spray arms and rubber seals are also places where residues can accumulate. Small pieces of food, grease, and even water limescale can deposit in these areas, creating crusts that, over time, start to smell bad. The hot, Humid washing water enhances the proliferation of these microorganisms, turning your machine into a hotbed of bad odor, which is often mistaken for the smell of garbage or something spoiled in the refrigerator. The good news is that the solution is simple and effective. The first step is to clean the dishwasher filter regularly. Consult your appliance's manual to locate and remove the filter. Wash it under running water with a brush and detergent to remove all residues. This action, which takes only a few minutes, can make a huge difference in the smell of your machine. Also, check and clean the spray arms, removing any visible obstructions that might be preventing proper functioning. For a deeper clean and to eliminate persistent odors, run empty wash cycles with white vinegar or baking soda. Place a cup of white vinegar on the upper rack of the machine or sprinkle a cup of baking soda on the bottom. Run a complete hot wash cycle. Vinegar helps disinfect and remove grease, while baking soda neutralizes odors. Repeat this process monthly to keep your machine smelling fresh and your dishes sparkling clean. Chapter 3. Inside the refrigerator. The refrigerator, which should be a sanctuary for our food, often turns into a barn of unpleasant odors, even when we clean it superficially. That bothersome refrigerator smell doesn't come out of nowhere. It's the result of a combination of expired food, unclean spills, and cross-contamination of aromas. It's an insidious problem, as odors can permeate the internal walls and other items, creating a vicious cycle of bad smells that seems impossible to break, no matter how hard you try to keep everything organized. The main culprit for bad smells in the refrigerator is expired or spoiled food. Often, we forget a container at the back of the shelf or a fruit that is molded in the drawer, and they start releasing decomposition gases that spread throughout the compartment. These odors are particularly persistent because the refrigerator is a closed and refrigerated environment, which, despite slowing down decomposition, doesn't stop it, only makes it slower and quieter, generating a subtle but constant smell. Unclean spills are another significant source of odors. A little spilled milk, a leaked meat broth, or even a drop of sauce that fell to the bottom of the drawer, if not cleaned immediately, dry up and become a fertile ground for bacteria. These bacteria, by feeding on the residues, release volatile compounds that produce strong and unpleasant odors, impregnating surfaces and nearby foods, making the task of identifying the source of the smell even more challenging and irritating to the nose. The solution for a fresh-smelling refrigerator begins with regular food review and disposal. Set aside 1 day a week to check the expiration dates of all items and throw away what's no longer good. Then, remove all shelves and drawers for a deep clean. Wash them with warm water and detergent. Use a solution of baking soda and water, 1 tablespoon per liter of water, to clean the inside of the refrigerator, as baking soda is an excellent odor neutralizer, eliminating the bacteria that cause the problem. To maintain freshness, place an open container of baking soda or a bowl of ground coffee beans inside the refrigerator. Both are excellent odor absorbers and will help neutralize any residual smell. Replace them every month to ensure their effectiveness. Additionally, always store food in airtight containers to prevent their smells from mixing and spreading, creating a protective barrier against the proliferation of new unwanted odors. Chapter 4. Rugs, carpets, or upholstery. Rugs, carpets, and upholstery are elements that add comfort and beauty to our home, but they are also true magnets for unwanted odors. They act like sponges, absorbing dust, pet hair, liquid spills, smoke, and even cooking vapors. Over time, this collection of particles and moisture transforms into a fertile ground for bacteria and mold, which, as they decompose, release that old or stale smell that persists in the environment, even after superficial cleaning. The depth of the fibers of these materials is what makes them so problematic. While regular vacuuming removes surface dirt, organic residues, and spilled liquids penetrate the inner layers. There, they are protected from daily cleaning and begin to decompose slowly, releasing gases that accumulate in the environment. This process is even more pronounced in humid places, where the proliferation of microorganisms is accelerated, making the odor even stronger and harder to ignore. Often, we try to mask these odors with air freshener sprays or deodorizers, but this is only a temporary solution. These products only cover the smell without addressing the root of the problem. The source of the bad odor remains there, in the fibers of your rug or sofa, and the smell will inevitably return. It's essential to understand that to effectively eliminate bad smells, you need to remove the matter that's causing them. Going beyond simply perfuming the environment, deep cleaning is the key to eliminating ingrained odors. For rugs and carpets, using a carpet extractor or steamer is highly recommended. These pieces of equipment inject a cleaning solution and then extract the dirty water, taking residues and odors with them. If you don't have one, an alternative is to sprinkle a generous layer of baking soda over the surface. Let it sit for a few hours or overnight, and then vacuum thoroughly. Baking soda effectively absorbs odors. For upholstery, the approach is similar, but with more caution to avoid soaking the fabric. Use a specific upholstery cleaner or a solution of water and white vinegar, 1 part vinegar to 3 parts water, applying with a clean, damp cloth. Test on an inconspicuous area before applying to the entire surface. For prevention, vacuum regularly, especially if you have pets, and clean spills immediately. Ventilation of the environment is also crucial. Opening windows helps renew the air and dissipate the humidity that contributes to odor accumulation. Chapter 5: Hidden Mold. Mold is one of the most sneaky villains when it comes to bad smells at home. It not only emits a strong and characteristic earthy or musty odor, but also poses a health risk, especially for those suffering from allergies or respiratory problems. The great difficulty with mold is that it loves to hide in places with poor ventilation and high humidity, becoming invisible to our eyes, but present to our sense of smell, constantly and persistently emanating its unpleasant odor. Places like behind heavy furniture that are against the wall for a long time, inside closed and damp cabinets, or even on internal walls that suffer from leaks, are mold havens. It develops silently, growing and releasing spores that, in addition to being allergens, produce volatile organic compounds, VOCs, responsible for the characteristic odor. Even a small mold colony can generate a surprisingly strong smell, which spreads throughout the environment, impregnating fabrics and surfaces. Humidity is the main catalyst for mold growth. Leaks, infiltrations, condensation on windows or cold walls, and even inadequate ventilation in bathrooms and kitchens contribute to creating the ideal environment for its proliferation. The smell of mold is a warning that there is a humidity problem that needs to be resolved. Ignoring this odor is ignoring the very cause of the problem, allowing mold to grow and spread, making removal more difficult and the smell stronger. Identifying and removing hidden mold requires investigation. Start with the most likely places. Move furniture away from the wall. Check the back of pictures. Look inside cabinets and pantries. In areas suspected of infiltration, look for dark spots or discoloration on the wall. Once located, use a solution of equal parts water and white vinegar or specific mold removal products. Apply to the affected area, scrub with a brush, and dry the area thoroughly to prevent its return. For your safety, wear gloves and a mask during the process. Prevention is crucial to avoid mold's return. Keep the house well ventilated, opening windows regularly, especially after bathing or cooking. Use dehumidifiers in damp areas such as basements and bathrooms. Fix any leaks or infiltrations immediately. For furniture, try to keep it slightly away from the wall to allow air circulation. Small changes in ventilation habits can make a huge difference in eliminating odors and maintaining a healthy, mold-free environment. Chapter 6: Trash cans, even empty ones. It seems contradictory, but even an empty trash can be a persistent source of bad smells in your home. We think that by removing the trash bag, the problem is solved, but the reality is that invisible residues accumulate at the bottom and sides of the container. Small pieces of food, leaked liquids, and even the natural moisture from waste create a perfect environment for the proliferation of bacteria and fungi, which are the true culprits for that sour and unpleasant odor that stubbornly remains. The porous surface of some trash cans, especially plastic ones, allows odors and microorganisms to seep in. Even after emptying the bag, microscopic particles of organic matter remain trapped. Over time, these particles decompose, releasing foul-smelling gases that contaminate the ambient air. It's a vicious cycle. You take out the trash, but the smell remains, making you question the effectiveness of your cleaning and leaving a sense of lingering dirt in the air. Moisture plays a crucial role in this process. Liquid residues, such as meat broth or leftover drinks, leak from the bag and accumulate at the bottom of the trash can. This moisture, combined with organic matter, accelerates decomposition and bacterial growth. The trash can turn into a true incubator of bad smells, especially in warm environments, where the proliferation of microorganisms is even faster and the odor intensifies, becoming almost unbearable. The solution is simple and effective: regular and deep cleaning of the trash can. It's not enough just to empty it. You need to wash the container. Take the trash can outside, or to a place that can get wet, like a shower stall. Use hot water, detergent, and a brush to thoroughly scrub the inside and outside. Pay special attention to the bottom and edges, where residues tend to accumulate the most. For a disinfecting and deodorizing effect, you can add a little bleach or white vinegar to the wash water. After washing, make sure the trash can is completely dry before putting in a new trash bag. Residual moisture can promote the return of microorganisms. To help prevent future odors, sprinkle a little baking soda at the bottom of the trash can before putting in the bag. Baking soda absorbs moisture and neutralizes odors. Additionally, opt for more resistant trash bags that minimize leaks, and consider trash cans with tight sealing lids to contain odors until disposal. Chapter 7: Ventilation System or Air Conditioning. The ventilation and air conditioning system is essential for the thermal comfort of our home, but it can become a propagator of bad odors if not properly maintained. It functions as the lungs of your house, pulling air from the environment and distributing it back. However, if the filters are dirty or the ducts are contaminated, these lungs can start spreading unpleasant smells throughout all rooms, making your house appear clean, but still having a strange and persistent odor. The main cause of bad smells in this system is dirty filters. Over time, they accumulate dust, pet hair, mold spores, and other particles that float in the air. This layer of dirt not only hinders airflow, reducing the appliance's efficiency, but also becomes an ideal environment for the growth of bacteria and mold. When air passes through these contaminated filters, it carries with it the decomposition odors of these microorganisms, spreading them throughout the house. In addition to filters, ventilation ducts can also be a hidden source of odors. Dust, dirt, moisture, and even small animals or insects can accumulate in the ducts over time. If there is moisture, mold can develop on the internal walls of the ducts, releasing its characteristic smell, which is then distributed by the system. This type of problem is harder to identify, as the odor is not concentrated at a single point, but subtly spreads throughout the house. The good news is that preventive maintenance can prevent most of these problems. The most important step is the regular replacement or cleaning of air filters. Consult your appliance's manual for the recommended frequency, which generally varies from 1 to 3 months, depending on use and the presence of pets or allergies. Clean filters not only improve air quality, but also increase appliance efficiency and prevent the formation of unwanted odors. For a more comprehensive solution, consider professional cleaning of air conditioning ducts. This service is recommended every few years, or if you notice a persistent, musty, or moldy smell coming from the system. Professionals use specific equipment to remove accumulated dust, debris, and mold from the ducts, ensuring that the air circulating in your home is truly clean and odor-free. Additionally, check for any leaks or excessive condensation near the appliance, which can contribute to humidity and mold growth. Conclusion: we've reached the end of our journey in search of the 7 hidden sources of bad odors that persist in our homes, even after a deep clean. We've uncovered the mysteries behind drains, dishwashers, refrigerators, carpets, hidden mold, trash cans, and ventilation systems, revealing that the key to a truly fresh-smelling home lies in paying attention to details and cleaning beyond the surface, attacking the causes, and not just the symptoms. We hope these tips and information transform your home into a sanctuary of freshness. If this video helped you identify and combat these stubborn odors, leave your like so more people can benefit from these tips. And to not miss any content that will help you have an impeccable and fresh-smelling home, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell. Your home deserves to be a place where good smells prevail.